a tiny bit flat on the first hit, the 10, but still the speed he generated into the backside 12.
The amplitude, the grabs, you see the backside 12, he switches up the grab after the switch back 10 here. Pops it, gets the perfect pop, locks into the grab early, and then this blind backflip over to get it to 1080. Like you're saying, Ed, just a little bit low on the transition, not too bad, but keeping speed pumping into this 12. Check this out, gets the mute grab first, switches it up to the tail on the second rotation, gets the grab. Probably the biggest we've seen him do that too, 12 feet out of the pipe.
There was no squat on the transition, was there? Definitely clean.
And he gets this around, gets the truck driver all the way through, and as he comes around, it looks like he just opened, maybe he spun a little bit too fast, opened up a little bit late, and just, as like you were saying, T-Bird, 40 degrees short.
Yep, it was all in the shoulders. They were a little too squared up, not quite pointing down the pipe.
I was having a chat with Shaun before we came in earlier, and he said exactly the same thing. He said, on any of those big frontside spins you come in, whether it's cab or frontside, and you dive that new front shoulder.
Yep.
And that gets you into the transition. So Jay Pate's missing that third hit, the triple 14. It means that Ryusei Yamada gets a free hit at this pipe, just as we saw with Yuto Totsuka on that first semi-final.
So Ryusei Yamada dropping in switch to his switch backside wall. That is a thing of beauty. Switch McTwist right there from Ryusei into the cab double cork 1080. Are you kidding me? Frontside double cork 12 into the McTwist. Is there anything this kid cannot do? Wow. He is such a force. So impressive.
But again, in a very similar vein to Yuto, we're seeing him just cruising through this. Like, he didn't need to twist the throttle there, so he didn't. He's playing it really, really smart. And he's let Jake make the mistake in front of him.
And we've seen on runs where Ryusei's dropped in first, that final hit. So we take a look here at that switch McTwist. Not quite as tweaked as we saw in the earlier round, but he doesn't need it to be, just needs to put the run to his feet. There's the double 10. And then just monster, and check out the way that he pokes the board on that frontside 1260, dipping it over the second time.
And look at how long he holds that grab.
That is the execution that judges are looking for. The longer you hold the grab, the more difficult the trick is, the more execution you're showing.
16 foot 5 inches. He's taken the Jeep Big Air badge back from Yuto. These two are going to go at it, I feel, all day. This could go backwards and forwards until they get up around Kaishu's height.
If they both make the finals, it makes it a little easier. Just hand it right over before you run.
Okay, Shaun watching on from that Marriott Bonvoy American Express deck up on top of the VIP room there. Got a full crowd down at the bottom. Jake Pates, Ryusei Yamada waiting for these scores to come in. The first time we've seen Pates fall today, so he will take a 30 flat. Ryusei Yamada sets the pace with an 82.7. One run to Yamada. Jake Pates is under the pump. He has to deliver on that second run. Back up at the top though, and it is a reset for Cam Melville Ives and Yuto Totsuka. Yuto will drop first on the opposite wall now. The format means that you have to drop in from both walls. So, Yuto now, he's in that power band of his career where you could probably let him do 5 runs and every single one of them would be different. This, I feel, is where Cam Melville Ives needed that first run to push Yuto in this position.
Well, and that's where half-pipe riding, in my opinion, has changed so much because, you know, 7, 8, 9 years ago, you had one run. You know, athletes had one run, and it was over and over and over repetition. And then people started branching out because of athletes like Shaun White, who started coming to events with 2 or 3 runs, and then it was kind of game on. Now, 4, 5, 6 runs that are all different.
And that's never better illustrated than with the young guns, Cam Melville Ives and Ryusei Yamada. Like, at 19 years old, both of them have got multiple plans of attack.
Here goes Yuto Totsuka. Cab, triple cork, 1440. Into the front side, triple cork, 1440.
That was huge.
Switch alley-oop double backside rodeo into the switch double back 10. Come on.
Wow, T-Bird. Wow.
That's one of the best, most eclectic pipe runs I've ever seen.
And he kept it. I know he said triple 14, switch frontside triple 14 on the first hit, but he kept it to a double. So he's spinning 1400, 1440, but keeping it in a double. And then he goes into the frontside triple 1440. So two different axes, keeping the variety there. Then he just decides to up it a little bit more and says, hey, check out this switch backside alley-oop rodeo.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen him do that trick, honestly, into the triple.
19-2 on that second hit. He's just popped it up another 2.5 feet over Ryusei. This is unprecedented now. We're in uncharted territory.
It almost body jars that switch backside double alley-oop rodeo right there, landing so high on the top of the transition, and then he's able to put down the switch backside 12 straight out of it.
Can Melville Ives, if he watched this up at the top, would have felt like a vampire with a stake through his heart. Like that is a killer blow from Yuto right there. I mean, Cam has got, I feel, if he wants to entertain the idea of going through here, it's back-to-back triples.
It's got to be back-to-back triples. He's got to have that backside 1260 with the tail grab, frontside 12, and then he's going to have, or go frontside 14 into the switch double alley-oop rodeo. Just speculating on what that run might be, but he's going to have to put one down.
That's apples for apples, because that's what we've just seen from Yuto.
Yeah.
We talked about how similar their runs are. And if you do the same run, then you've got to be 19 feet out. Otherwise, it's gone.
Yeah, to get it, I think he's going to have the 3 1440s in his run right here, and he's going to have to put him down so clean because Yuto just came out with a heater.
Cam Melville Ives takes a big breath. Gets ready to drop into this buttermilk pipe.
And he's off.
With a little shaka.
Cam Melville Ives, run 2 of the semifinals. There's the alley-oop double backside rodeo. Into the backside 12, and he goes down. 2 runs, 2 falls. Yuto does it again.
Switch double alley-oop. No.
There's the crowd pleaser.
He can do that every time. Like, I think that the rest of the run is just built so he can do that. He loves that trick.
Ed, you've known Cam for such a long time. Talk about his progression and how it's been over the years.
Well, you talk to Neil and Karen, Finn and Cam's parents, and there was no rhyme or reason. Like, they didn't genuinely say, okay, one of you skiing, one of you snowboarding to stop you competing. But watching them, the way they support each other, and they understand. So Cam developed back-to-back 16s. Finn, the skier, developed back-to-back 1620s in the pipe. And I genuinely believe that watching how that altered the trajectory of Finn's career, it inspired Cam to learn, to commit to learning those back-to-back triple 14s. And that's adding the height and the technicality. There we go, 92.5 for Yuto Totsuka. Cam Melville Ives waves goodbye, but not without having given it his best shot. So a shame there for Cam Melville Ives. He desperately wanted to lay something down, and as a rider you want to show your best, but he knew in that pressure situation he had to go for his best run. So first of our finalists decided. Now it is time to see who will join Yuto Totsuka in the final. Jake Pates trailing Ryusei Yamada, who will drop first on these second runs of the semi-final. Remember, it's the first rider to take 2 runs in this knockout format. So Jake Pates has to better whatever Ryusei Yamada does here. And because he doesn't have the luxury of going second, he's going to have to swing for this one.
And we saw what his fellow teammate in the Olympics, Yuto Totsuka, just did. He went foot to the gas, right? I fully expect Ryusei to do the exact same thing.
Well, it was the first time we've seen it from Yuto as well. We've seen a couple of stretches from Ryusei, but I still don't feel like we've seen his best either.
Just like Yuto, he's got so many runs, so many tricks in the bag. It's just how he's going to put it together.
So Yamada diving in.
And switch to his switch frontside wall. Cab 1440. Into the frontside double 12. That Mick twist, he might be getting that Jeep biggest air badge right back. Into the frontside double 1080. And then the switch alley-oop double backside rodeo when he goes down.
Oh, drama!
What?
Leaving the door a little bit open there on that one. It was such an incredible run all the way down to that 5th hit. And like we've been saying all day long, that switch double alley-oop rodeo is so hard to land. It's so easy to go heel heavy and put that butt down.
And that's exactly what we saw. We're shaping up for some drama here at the real snowboarders of Buttermilk Mountain.
Yeah, it looks like Ryusei knows it.
There's a double 1440, grabs all the way through into the frontside 12. I love the tweak he gets on that frontside grab right there. And here's where it all went wrong. Just a little heavy on that heel side edge, soft snow. You can't bite that edge into it and just slips out, not able to keep his balance.
Goes for that melon. He's got the body position there's just perfect.
Yeah, right there on touchdown. Washes right out on his heel edge. Still going to be a relatively decent score. If you're Jake Pates, you still have to put something down pretty heavy, but that's going to be a significant.
Yeah. Dropping like that. So, Ryusei, he already did a 3-round matchup in the quarterfinals. He could go again here. If Jake Pates takes this one down, Pates currently on a 30 versus 82.75. So he lost that first run. The door is open here. If he stays on his feet, he's going to need to stretch a little bit. If he can stay on his feet, he forces a 3rd run.
I think the thing here is that Jake now, after seeing that fall at the bottom of the run, he fell on his and he got around to 30, so maybe a 40, 50 or so for Ryusei there. Jake doesn't need to do that triple that he fell on. He can do one of the runs he was doing earlier rounds, make it through to the 3rd, save that triple for the 3rd hit, not take that chance and try to make it to that 3rd run.
Well, let's see how he builds this run, dropping in from the opposite wall as they do on these 2nd runs. Jake Pates just settling himself.
Starting off on his backside wall. That's the double chuck right there. Into the frontside double cork 1080. So cab double cork 1080, so back-to-back double cork 1080s. Frontside 900, Connor, it's kind of coming true here. And there's the backside double 12 from Jake Pates. That's going to be enough to force the 3rd run.
Exactly the same run that he used against Lucas Foster. And that it worked so well from there. We know that that's not a stretch for him. And I think that was the run that really lit you up on his consistency today, Connor.
Yeah, that for Jake just dropping in that double chuck like we've talked about all day, that trailing arm is just so far out there. He's got the perfect rotation on the double chuck. Check it out right here. Gets the grab all the way through, not grabbing behind his knees. Keeps it calm with the 1080. I can't believe I'm saying that. Gets the double grab on there and then down at the bottom. Going for the front side 900, tail grab all the way through. He needed to put one down. He needed some difficulty. Execution was great. So Jake's forcing that 3rd run here. And this is one of my favorite back double 12s. Gets the mute grab into the tail grab. And just the way he comes around for the landing, he rides away so smooth.
And that frontside 900 he did on his 2nd to last hit, that's easily a 12. If he can put down the 14 triple. I mean, the ingredients are there.
So we go, you got that 14. If it moves back up, it's 14, 10, 12, 12. It's a big run.
I would imagine he'll go back to his 1st run, hit that switch double or switch backside double 10 first, and then we'll see him try and take off from there. Maybe front 12 into the double.
That's the one hole in the run, is that he doesn't have a switch backside spin in there. But it's an easy win, 74 versus 51. Jake Pates gets the job done. Boys on home snow here in Colorado. Jake will know this pipe better than most, but he also knows the size of the challenge that faces him here.
Jake Pates dropping in. Moves on over to switch stance. Switch double cork backside 10. Into the double cork backside 12. Here comes the triple. Front side 1440 triple cork. The same result on the same trick on run number 2.
Just a tiny bit too low, not enough rip on it, unfortunately.
You could see as he came out of the 1260, the backside 12 there, got the tail grab a little bit late, landed a little bit lower in the transition, and then still went for it. He knew he needed it. Knew he needed it for that to take out Ryusei, but unfortunately just not enough amplitude to get the board back under his body.
So Jake Pates, near perfect through qualifying, last chance qualifier and the quarterfinals. Oh, so close. Heartbreaking there, but you get the impression that Jake's ridden so far above his expectations for this competition. He's really enjoyed himself and confidence is fully restored now.
For sure, and he still has a chance at that third place spot, the small final coming up before the final, so could still end up on the podium, but by far out exceeding his expectations coming into the event.
Yeah, Jake has just been riding out of his mind. It's been such a pleasure to watch from afar, his journey, his success, everything he's accomplished this season.
So the pressure is off. Ryusei Yamada has just had the Jeep Big Air badge stolen off him again by Yuto Totsuka. So there's a chance if he can get up around the 19.5-foot mark, he could get that badge back.
I will also say this too, Ryusei's got to land a run. He does have to land a run. So you never know. Crazy things happen in competitive snowboarding, but Ryusei Yamada dropping in switch.
It would be one of the crazier things, the way he's been riding, but he's going huge on that first hit.
Cab double 12 into the front side 14. Okay, did that take the badge back?
It had to have. That was close.
That was absolutely massive. That was up near the 20-foot mark on that McTwist.
Looked like it was over 20 from my viewpoint. Wow. But that will be enough there, putting it to his feet to take Jake out, win that third run, and move on to the final.
Yeah, if snowboard tricks were Japanese monsters, that fourth hit would have been Godzilla. That was absolutely huge.
And that's one of those things that we talk about with the judges. Doing that McTwist is only a 540, but doing it 20 feet out of the pipe is so risky, so hard to do.
He's well over the 20-foot mark. That was unbelievable.
And the style on it, the chicken wing on the Japan grab.
Look at how far he falls.
The official number has come in. Oh, look at that, nearly Euro carved out of it. 18 foot 3 inches.
Okay, all right.
Ryusei and Jake posing for the pictures there. Jake Pates gives the plaudits to Ryusei Yamada. He takes it on that decider. He's done 6 runs through the pipe today. Let's hand it down to Naoko, who's talking to Ryusei now.
All right, it was another close one. Terrific matchup between Jake and Ryusei. ジェイクとの戦いはいかがでしたか？
いや本当にジェイクトリプルやってきたんでやべえなと思ってたんですけど、どうだろう、パイプもコンディションもちょっと難しいのもあって、いろいろなんかお互いなんか決めるか決めないかみたいな感じだったんですけど、難しい場面だったんですけど、一応突破することができてよかったですね。
It was a pretty tough environment for him and battle for him, given that Jake was throwing down the triples, but it was back and forth, and he enjoyed the matchup very much, and now he heads into the finals. Thank you very much. おめでとうございます。ありがとうございます。
So let's take a look at the confirmation of these. So Melville Ives unable to take down Yuto Totsuka. So Yuto again makes a final. His third consecutive Snow League final. He has a first, a second, and now he's battling for his third big result. On the other side of the draw, it's Ryusei Yamada going up against Jake Pates. He takes the win, and now it's an all-Japanese final.